You're about to watch me coloring with my 6-year-old nephew, Lucas. A few weeks ago, my nephew Lucas had a tonsillectomy. I was able to travel to their home to help Lucas with his recovery. Before his surgery, he turned to me and asked me to do a color mending session with him. Since Lucas was about 3 years old, we have been coloring together. So I wasn't really surprised when he requested to do a coloring session with his auntie Chelsea. He wanted to specifically color out the emotions he was feeling before his surgery, and he colored 3 colorings. This first part is going to show how I guide Lucas through doing a color mending session. If you're familiar with color mending, I want you to notice how I didn't ask Lucas to do a body scan before his coloring. For people who have more underdeveloped interoceptive skills, body scans are super helpful in helping build those interoceptive skills, but if you're someone like my nephew or some of the other kids that I work with who are way more reserved about talking about their feelings and use art as a way to process what they're thinking and what they're feeling, sometimes I skip it. It's obviously very case dependent. When Lucas lets me know that he is done coloring, I then ask him if he wants to interpret his colorings with me or if he is done. I love to give kids choices during the color mending session to help them feel in control. Sometimes Lucas wants to be around when I'm interpreting his colorings, and other times he is done. The one thing that I always do in coloring with kids, especially when I've colored with kids multiple times, is to make sure to talk to their parents. When we get to that section, I'll give you some more notes. Enjoy watching Lucas create his colorings. You want to tell him your name?
Lucas.
Lucas. How old are you, Lucas?
6.
6. And you've done color mending before?
Yes.
Yeah? What do you want to color about today? You want to color about surgery?
Yeah.
Yeah? What surgery are you getting?
Tonsil.
Tonsils.
I have a green one.
Wait, a green one? Is that, oh, it is green. That is a green one. You said you wanted to do 4 pages? Or how many pages did you want to do?
5.
5?
Do you want to do one too?
I do. I'm going to color with you. You want to know a cool thing that I've been doing? I've been folding them. You don't have to do it this way if you don't want. But I've been doing it this way where instead of coloring like a whole page, I color 4 little... You want to do that? Yeah? And then we could do another one and you can color as many as you want.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Yeah. And I have green.
I'm just gonna dump these out. Is that crazy?
Do you want to put these back in?
Yeah, we'll put them back in after we're done.
They're like old ones. They're like old.
Yeah, they are. Do I need to put them over here so it doesn't
Ooh,
go
this is like
crazy?
a gold.
It is a gold.
Can I use it?
Yeah, you could use any color you want. Do you want to color heavy or light emotions?
Light.
Light? I like that. Okay. So I have my 4 pages.
Why isn't the crayon going up?
Are you twisting it? Oh, there it is.
There.
Here's your another page if you want.
Okay.
When you're done with that one. I'm going to do another one, but I'll color with you.
By you.
Yeah. I love it. Okay. I'm going to put these papers over here. Okay. I think I'm going to use some orange. Ooh,
I
you
thought
got the
that was
golds?
red.
I know. I think the red. I think this one is red.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks red. I haven't used these before.
Me. I have.
Yeah.
What are those?
Just some squiggles. I'm coloring about work. About sharing color mending with other people.
I'm gonna do this. That's really what I make it.
Ooh, I like it. I like that.
This is my tongue, and
That's your tongue?
here are my tonsils.
Ooh. Are your tonsils big or small? Are they
Big.
Yeah. You're having surgery because your tonsils are big?
Oh, I really like those.
Thanks. They kind of look like flowers, huh?
Yeah.
I like your tonsils. I like that you did it in gold.
So I'll feel a little bit weird.
You feel a little bit weird?
I gave him fingers too. What are you
Ooh,
doing?
I'm just doing lines. I wanted to do black lines.
You can use my gold if you want.
That's
It looks
cool.
like this gold. Have you ever
Ooh.
used it?
I've never used these. These are brand new. Can you believe it? The HEB was having a sale. It was a flash sale. What? Just like we did on Mario Party today, huh?
Uh-huh.
It was a flash sale, so they were like $2. It was like a back to school sale. Let's see. I'm gonna use green for my second coloring.
What is it going to be?
I think I'm gonna color the entire square green. Is that cool?
Then we're going to get home.
Did the entire square yellow green.
There.
Ooh,
Now
what's
let's
that?
do the windows.
Is that your home?
Yeah.
That's cool.
And here's a smiley face window.
Oh, that's so fun. That's really cool. What is that one?
It's my tonsils app.
That's without your tonsils and that's with your tonsils? So this is like a before and that's an
Yeah.
after?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And then is that you?
Uh-huh.
Is that after or before your surgery?
After.
After? And this is when you go home?
Yeah.
Nice. That's so cool. Do you want to draw more?
Yeah.
Yeah, another
Boy,
page?
yeah, this.
You could do it on the back too if you want.
I think I want to do a new one.
You want to do a new
I'm
one?
gonna change out. Do you want gold?
I do want gold. I would love gold. I'm gonna make gold in a purple square.
Ooh.
Cool, huh?
I could.
Can I write on the back of these what these are?
Yeah.
So this is after your tonsils are out.
What?
Ooh, what color is that? The red?
Red. And it is. Why is it going down instead of? Oh, no. I was
That's
supposed to
why. Yeah, you were doing the wrong
I
way.
think I've been doing that for a little bit.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's so silly. Going
So I'll get
home.
home.
After surgery. Cool. Okay, I'm gonna do.
See that?
Ooh, that's your home?
See? That's
Wow.
my better house.
That's your better house?
Uh-huh.
I like that.
Then I'll eat a bunch of ice cream, like once in a cup.
Yeah. What's your favorite kind of ice cream?
Chocolate. I need like a
Yum.
brown. I need like a
I bet there's a brown in here.
No, I think I need like a
That's
black.
a purple. A
I
black?
think I need a black.
You like the dark chocolate. Here's like a milk chocolate. It's like a dark brown, but that's you just use the black. Here's the black.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, that's the black
I
one.
think that
Yeah, that's the black one.
the like brown is blacker. And then this is going to be like soup. Because it
Yum.
melted a little bit.
Yeah. I like ice cream soup.
If you had seen the movie,
The Mario
his
movie?
dad, Baby Bowser's dad, turned into a skeleton.
I saw that. I saw that with Uncle Phil in the movie theaters. Did you know that? It's such a fun one.
No.
Do you like the microphone?
Uh-huh.
It's cool, huh? You can go really far away and the camera will still record it. Isn't that cool? Oh, that's so fun.
Ooh,
Does it
that's
feel-
really nice.
Thanks. I just did a lot of lines. Now I'm gonna
That's
make
what I'm
some
gonna do.
stripes.
That's what I'm going to do too.
That's what you want to do? It's kind of fun to make a lot of lines, especially with crayons that we haven't used before, huh? The lines are really smooth. So fun.
I'm doing some curvy.
Yeah, I love it.
Look at this.
Yeah, let's see it.
This is curvy.
It is super curvy.
This is straight. But I'm doing it curvy.
You're doing a curvy? Ooh. It's very fluid. I like how you're doing that.
You want to try
Does it feel
that?
good? Yeah, I think I'm going to do some curvy lines there. I think I'm going to use some pink.
Ooh.
Maybe this looks like a dark pink, and this is a light pink. I think I might do two pants. Is that crazy? It's I'm right-handed, so it feels like it's a little easier. Maybe it's also the crayon too. I'm just doing
Ooh, that looks really nice.
things. I'm gonna switch. That's fun. You want to try that?
Yeah.
Do you want to do it on a new paper or
a new one?
a new paper? What 2 colors are you gonna use?
I'm gonna use gold
Ooh.
and this one.
What's that one?
It's blue.
That's cool.
What am I doing? I keep thinking this is the top.
That's the bottom, huh?
I don't
You
know,
want me to
like,
hold the paper? It's a little easier when someone holds it, huh? That's cool. That's really nice.
done.
Good job! How did that feel? Was that weird to do both hands at the same time? Or did it feel cool?
It felt a little weird.
It was a little weird for me too. Cool. I think I'm done.
Me too.
Are you done? You want to talk about your colorings or you just want to be done coloring?
Done.
Done? Okay, high five. After Lucas told me he was done, I went ahead and interpreted his colorings. I wasn't able to meet up with Lucas's mom or my sister until the next day. What you're about to see is an in-depth conversation between me and Lucas's mom. We talk about all 3 of the pages that he colored and also talk about how color mending has impacted her relationship to her son. Let's go ahead and get to it. This is my sister Amber.
Hello, everyone. I'm Amber. I'm Lucas's mom.
And her and Lucas have probably been the people that have colored with the most.
I think so.
You two have been my guinea pigs.
Yeah.
A lot
Since he was, what, 3? Now he's 6?
Yeah. So 3 years. It is true. Here's all my notes. These are Lucas's colorings, all really good stuff.
Awesome.
So this is the first one. He drew his tonsils after surgery, his tonsils before surgery, him, and then going home.
Oh.
So that's the first thing he did. He did it all in gold. So we colored last night. I interpreted them last night, and then we're talking this morning. So just FYI, you guys, you don't have to have the conversation back to back. You can have space in between it. But this, because he basically drew the entire story of what he's going to go through tomorrow with his tonsillectomy. It basically says that he understands what's going to happen and that he knows it's going to hurt, which you were telling me today that you've been prepping him a lot and telling him it is going to hurt.
Yeah, it's going to suck.
It's going to suck, yes. But he's like really understanding about it. The emotion that kept coming up for gold was like merciful. So he's like forgiving, but also like understanding too. And he knows that it's going to help him feel better and that you're making the best decision for him, and all the prep is going to help make the surgery go well, especially because his body isn't going to be so tense and resisting like what like the unknown. It's like he knows from like the prep appointments and the preps that you've been doing and like talking to him that he's like, he kind of is like, I know what to expect.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So good job for you.
Yeah.
So that's the first coloring.
Okay.
I put on the back to what they were.
Okay.
This is the second coloring that he drew. So he drew another house, then the ice cream, and then he did orange lines and then like more flowy orange lines. With the red house, he said that this is basically pointing out that he's really trusting of you and his dad, Robert, for making the best decisions for him. And then the red and black ice cream cone. So he's mad about his tonsils, but
I don't blame him.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, surgery sucks.
Yeah. Especially since we both had that surgery and no.
I know, it sucks. He's just so lucky that he's getting it so young.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. So he was mad about his tonsils, but he's forgiving and he's looking forward to eating everything chocolate.
Oh, good.
And he's also like mad about the spacer and his broken arms and getting tested for like dysgraphia, like all at once. He's just like really fed up with all of it.
It's been a lot for the guy.
Yeah.
A lot.
Because he got tested for dysgraphia and dyscalculia.
Well, yeah, dysgraphia, dyslexia, and dyscalculia.
Okay.
But he only has dysgraphia and dyslexia.
Okay.
Yeah. And then before that, so he fractured his elbow in 2 spots. Then we had the diagnostic testing, like literally 4 days after he got his cast off. And now 2 weeks later, we're getting the tonsils out.
Nice.
So it's been a process.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So and then he got his spacers too.
Oh, yeah. And then he got a spacer for his lower jaw and his upper jaw. Yeah, so lower expander on Monday, fractured his elbow Tuesday.
Oh my gosh.
And then everything else. And then we got his upper expander last Friday, and now he's
Yeah.
having surgery today on Tuesday.
Dang. Yeah. So back to back.
Yeah, just
get it
lots
done.
of like, we're just telling him
Get
we're
it
getting it
done.
done now, so you don't have to do it later, and you're going to appreciate it that you don't have to do it later.
Yeah. For real. For real.
But that's a hard concept for a 6-year-old.
Yeah. But I think it's landing because he said that, or this, it's basically showing that with the arm and the spacer, it taught him that he can heal and feel a lot better than he has been feeling. He also, in this like orange lines, it's showing that he's feeling a lot better and that he's feeling like way more creative, which I know you've said he's just like
Yeah, he's
super
been
creative.
crazy creative since we finished the lower bracket.
Yeah, and it might be because of the like
He's getting air.
airway. Yeah.
He's finally getting air to his brain.
So metabolically, emotions are tied to how you're doing metabolically. That's huge. Because so he's like more playful and more creative. Have you noticed him having more energy or being more playful, or is it more just like
Yeah, he has
creativity?
more energy, just creative when he comes home from school. He's drawing me pictures. He's building things. He just, we'll have to take a picture of like the light fixture. Like he got all these pipe cleaners and
Yeah.
made like a tree house on the lamp.
Yeah, and he also made like a huge
Paper robot.
Yeah,
Yeah. He's just, even my husband, he's the one that like really pointed out, like he's been really a lot more creative.
that's cool.
So
That's
we're
big.
excited to see like the next steps, like
Yeah.
once everything is fully done, like
Yeah.
what happens.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think he is too, because these orange curvy lines down here, it's saying that he's had to be really vulnerable with the doctors, like people in his personal space and like doing things to his body. But it's been a good experience. So kudos to you and your husband for like finding doctors who are really respectful, even though they are pretty like invasive surgeries.
Yeah, our
and stuff.
orthodontist is amazing.
Really?
They're so patient and kind and
That's good.
letting him touch all the gadgets and answering all his million questions.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, that's awesome. Because this is basically showing that it has been a good experience and it's making him not be so serious or scared or anxious about what's to come.
Awesome.
Yeah. Awesome. And this is the third coloring. So this third coloring, it's gold and blue. He saw me coloring with both hands, which is like bilateral stimulation for your brain because it works both hemispheres. And he was like, oh, that's cool. I'm going to try it. So he did that. So the gold in this shows that he's treating himself with kindness and accepting himself, which I would take as like, especially because he said dyslexia, dysgraphia.
Yeah, so like reading and writing.
Okay, cool. So I think with that, it's just more of like he's accepting his body and accepting like his brain and how his brain and his body works. But also I think he knows because the blue is pointing out that he's really hopeful about the future and working with his body and his mind and learning more about his body with all this information, and it's been really good for him. And it's brought really good opportunities for him and made him feel better, and things are easier for him now. And so I think he's just getting a lot of positive reinforcement of like, when you understand how your brain and how your body works, you can be a better advocate for yourself. You can feel a lot better, and things are just easier.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Good, because I've been telling him, like, for the test, I wasn't like, we're going to see what your disability is. It was more
Yeah.
like, we're going to figure out how your brain works.
Yeah.
And, like, your brain is your superpower, and reading's your superpower, because once you have it, no one can take it away.
Yeah, for real.
So just trying to, like, really put that as, like, it's, like, an awesome thing.
Yeah. I mean, it worked. I mean, all of the prep and stuff that you and Robert have been doing, you can definitely tell it's been working. So keep it up.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I mean, there's, of course, probably going to be things like bumps along the way and stuff, but it seems like he's in a good mental space.
That's awesome.
And like, even with the bumps, it seems like this is like what we talk a lot about in class, but also I talk a lot about on like social media too. It's like the goal isn't with emotions and stuff. It's not to feel happy all the time. It's more just like, can you navigate the highs and lows and feel pretty like constant and steady?
Yeah,
and
because that's what I'm trying to help and instill in him. Like,
yeah,
you can change, you can like have more elasticity.
Yeah.
My goodness.
You're good.
And like thinking, because I feel as a kid I didn't. It was either like high highs or low lows.
Yeah.
And chose to stay a lot in the low lows.
Yeah.
So to just have like more, like there's more opportunity. It's okay. Everyone, you're in charge of your own emotions and you're not in charge of others too.
Yeah.
So just trying to, reparent myself
Yeah.
and parent my child at the same time.
Yes. Well, it's working. Yeah. So good job.
Thanks, sis.
Love you, sis.
Thanks for your help. Love
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, anytime. And yeah, Lucas did, for the record, Lucas did ask to do coloring himself, and he wanted to do 4 colorings. No, he wanted to do 5 colorings at first. No, 4 colorings. And so I showed him how I like fold them. So this is also a good strategy too, if you don't want to use full pieces of paper, or this I've noticed too when I've been doing this with myself, it definitely tells more of a story. That's also evidence that it can be like a storyboard for kids too. But just go with what the kids want to do, and then just be flexible. Yeah.
He loves coloring with his EMT.
It's fun. It's fun to do it. Fun to do it in person too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome. Well, thanks for that.
Thank you so much.
Anything else you want to tell the people watching?
Well, when Chelsea brought me this idea of color mending to like just figure out with Lucas, I was like, sure, I have no idea what's going to happen. But I think it's really helped me personally to dive in deep and see where he's feeling, and just like, do I have a good reader on him? Like we did it with when he was in kindergarten. How was he feeling about going into kindergarten? Because going into preschool was really hard. And it's just really cool to like see this. Like I could tell like that guy looks miserable with his tonsils in. So I'm glad he knows he'll feel better without them, Yeah. So I just like to get the insight, because he can be really chatty, but he doesn't like to talk about emotions or get really deep. He kind of just keeps it in. And so I really appreciate color mending and how I can kind of dive in deeper and get into his brain.
Yeah.
Without being invasive or like, what's happening, asking a million questions and making it worse. I can just be like, figure out his colorings. And just color mending for myself has helped when I'm anxious, because I had to go talk to his teachers about setting up a 504 plan, and I was really anxious because like they were kind of giving me a little bit of grief. So I just kept replaying situations in my brain. I couldn't shut it off. So I did some color mending, and I was like, oh, okay, this is where I'm at. And then that was able to help me like take a breath and just get the emotions out.
Yeah, that's huge. That's awesome.
Yeah, I didn't tell Chelsea about that.
No, this is all coming in live from Colorado Springs. That's cool. That's awesome.
So it helped me a lot.
That's cool.
Yeah. And I drew like Lucas is my son, my sunshine, and like about him.
That's
And then
fun.
I drew one for my other son, Andrew, and he was like my anchor.
Aw,
So that
that's
was cool.
fun. That is really cool. Yeah, it's been fun to see, because I would say you've been a really good example for me too of like how parents who don't have those emotional skills or weren't taught those emotional skills, like they can learn them at the same time that they're teaching their kids. Like it doesn't have to be like you have to be an expert at something. It's like you can teach yourself, reparent yourself, and still show up for your kids. And I mean, there's no way in hell we would have done something like this when we were
Yeah,
little. Like, there's
No.
we did not, we truly did the best that we could.
Right. It's just our parents didn't even have the tools themselves.
No,
And,
yeah,
just generationally, just
yeah,
emotional literacy was not a thing. You just buried it until
no,
you exploded.
yeah, it's true. And then had other people manage your emotions too. Yeah. And so it was like we didn't have the articulation to do that. I think part of it too is because like we're all just neurodivergent folks bumping up and trying our best. And like neurodivergent folks don't one of the hardest parts, well, one of the hardest what am I trying to say? Sometimes neurodivergent people, the way that it manifests is like emotional regulation, not being able to emotionally regulate and not able to, it's like the interoception. They just have really weak interoception. So they have a really hard time figuring out what their body signals are trying to tell them. And then if they have a hard time figuring out what their body signals are trying to tell them, it's sometimes really hard to find the language. Also, another neurodivergent thing is having trouble accessing language. So I think we all just kind of got a triple whammy of not being able to access language, having weak interoception skills, and not having the emotional regulation skills to be able to have conversations like this. But I feel like, especially over the past 10 years, as a family, we've done a
Oh,
lot
we've grown a
better.
lot.
Like even our parents, like we're all like the fact that like we're not we didn't no one cut anyone off. Like we've had like really tough conversations. We've had to like show up and repair and apologize and take accountability, and then also like not take things personally and not take on things for other people too.
I think that's been huge, is like
Yeah.
to apologize to each other and just be like, that was not
That was not cool.
that was not cool. Or then to call each other out on it too.
Yeah, that's true.
Been, I think, and for the other person to actually take it and not just have walls up and be defensive. I think that's been a huge step.
And put the blame on the other person. I
Right.
feel like that was a big thing that I used to do. I was just like, that's not me, that's you.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh.
Yeah, like these, like the I had the victim complex, like huge, like all these things are happening to me.
Yeah.
And then I think once I kind of realize, oh, I'm putting myself in those situations, it's my responsibility.
Yes.
I need to take accountability for what I did, what I said. It wasn't all just happening to me. I also had my hands were dirty.
Yeah.
So I think just all of that, and just, I don't know, because growing up as a teenager, Chelsea was the obedient one. I was not.
You were the firstborn, but I think the way that people, or if you read like the birth order book or whatever, sometimes the firstborn will like abdicate their firstborn responsibilities, which is like being the peacemaker, watching over everyone, like being
Oh yeah,
the
I said no
leader.
to that.
Yeah, you said no, and then I just swooped right in.
Yeah, you swooped right in. You're like, I got it.
But I think because I've done a lot of like inner child work on that and a lot of like color mending and shadow work. I think what I realized from a very young age is that mom and dad were so dysregulated. And I knew that we're gonna have a lot of needs. So I was just like, I'm gonna suppress all my needs. I don't have any needs. I'm gonna be like the peacemaker. And then I think I like swooped into firstborn. But then when Stuart and Catherine were born, I took on the responsibility of like, I'm not gonna let what happened to me happen to them. So I ended up becoming more of like a mother figure with Stuart and Catherine. And that's why Stuart, when we were preteens and he would like push my buttons really hard and I would get so mad. Like, one, it was hypoglycemia, but two, it was also because I'm like, I'm doing this for you. Like, I taught you how to read when you were like 4 or like 3 or whatever. Like, I'm doing this because mom and dad aren't capable of it. And so that's where a lot of like contention was there.
Yeah, and I said, nope, see ya.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go do my own thing.
I'm gonna make my own money. I'm gonna hang out with my own friends, and no one's
party.
gonna be able to tell me shit.
Nope, yep. You want me to be an adult? I'll be an adult.
Yeah. Yeah, you will be very self-sufficient.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of that was me realizing that me choosing that had affected Chelsea, and apologizing and saying, like,
Yeah.
I didn't realize how shitty I made your life as a teenager, and I apologize for that, you know?
Yeah.
And just kind of reworking from there and taking accountability with mom and dad too. Like, I was an asshole.
Yeah.
And then my mom's like, I was an asshole too. And it's like, okay.
Yeah.
That was huge.
Yeah. That was really huge. Yeah. For us to all have those conversations too.
Mm-hmm.
And not take it so personally, and like still show up and be with each other too, or like want to have a relationship with each other. I think growing up with mom and dad, and them not having like they still have pretty strained relationships with their siblings.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we all as kids kind of made a pact pretty young, especially because we moved around so much. Maybe that had something to do with it, of like we didn't know a lot of people. Like, we were able to make friends fast, but we always had each other. And so I think that just like instilled in us of like, we're gonna be a part of each other's lives, even if we piss off the other person for a season. Or like, yeah, grateful though.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for figuring out color mending.
Too. Yeah, who knew?
It's been an awesome tool.
Thank you so much for watching this demonstration on how I use color mending with kids. If you're interested in booking a session with me or learning how to use color mending with your own kids, you can go to colormending.com/parents. Happy coloring!